Hi, my name is Faelor, and what you're feasting your eyes upon is my level 1 Defiant character, about 1 minute after character creation, just doing some quests. Right now I'm wrapping up my Kill X quest and I'm about to begin my Click Y quest. Now, I've recorded this video about 55 times, so you're going to have to bear with me, especially when my audio isn't really synced up with the actual video you're watching. So please bear with me, I appreciate it. I will be hopping from topic to topic like my previous videos, but hopefully this is a little bit more focused. We're 30 seconds into the video and I'm about to be introduced to probably the most popular character in the IP at the moment, and that's Asha Katari. As you see, turning in a quest, she tells me to go do some minuscule task and I go off and do it. Classic MMO quest where I'm going to go kill X, NPCs and then collect Y items. Nothing too engaging. So again, my focus in this video is the introduction to the game, with my primary gripe being that of storytelling. It's there, the two lore developers have put a lot of time and effort into the game, and you can read it, but there's no visual storytelling elements, and it's driving me nuts. So I'm running around doing my XY quest like a good little MMO player, and if it wasn't for the fact that I know there are two very talented lore developers for Rift, I definitely wouldn't have known how significant my character is. If you read the text, you learn that you are an Ascended, and for the Defiance, that is an individual who is created out of Source Stone, sheerly for the sole purpose, and that's kind of repetitive, for going back in time to make sure that Regulus doesn't end up taking the world like he has now. If you look around, there's a lot of baddies, they're all Regulus's minions, and they're out to kill you. So it's not a very fun place to be at the moment. I'm going to say this later in the video, but I'm going to say it now also. I'm not trying to start some movie versus book debate where I'm discussing that, the movie version sucked and that you should be reading everything. But when you throw down $50 for a game and then end up paying a monthly subscription for it, you need to see visuals. You need to see visuals in the game anyways, and you need to take off those new MMO goggles. A lot of people who are playing this game haven't been playing MMOs recently, or a lot, or refuse to play one of those larger MMOs that I mentioned earlier because they just don't like it. They refuse to play it, and that's fine. That's their opinion. That's their call. But I'm saying this as someone who has been playing MMOs consistently for over a decade and has played through these Noobie areas a dozen or so times, that there are no visual storytelling elements of the game that are very enticing. So I'm actually going to talk about the video for once. So what you see here is the Defiant finale area, which is actually probably going to be ending before I actually finish this. So you get to the time machine, a death rift appears, and what happens is that you kill 2 waves of mobs. Owlsbeth, who you'll see later, states she's going to kill you. Asha appears to protect you, so you kill Owlsbeth. And all of a sudden Regulus appears. Now Asha seems to hold him off with her strangely colored, very bright warlock beam that makes Regulus look like a chump. Again, Regulus is the destroyer of worlds. I would like to make sure that is heard. He is the destroyer of worlds. So he's looking like a chump. You run past him, again because Regulus couldn't summon a massive army to make sure that his plans aren't ruined. You go through the portal and you pop up in the past. I'm going to show you guys the very beginning of the Guardian area. And already you probably see it's a little bit more colorful, has more textures going on, and in a second you're going to see it's a lot busier. It feels a little bit more lively. You go into a small city, it looks chaotic, there's mobs running around everywhere, it's very tight-knit, it's not so spread out like the Defiant area. So I like this area a little bit more in terms of gameplay and an introduction, though the story is weaker, though it's really hard to compare two stories that aren't presented that well in the first place. But I do like this place in terms of gameplay, just everything's really close and tight-knit. It also has a few changes of scenery, which I may go into in a future video. So we're about to go back to the past in the Defiant area, and as we do so, immediately we go ahead, tell some NPCs that the future doesn't look so great, we should change our ways and prove that we are in fact an Ascended. As soon as we do so, you go back to your standard MMO XY quests, and that is a lot of abbreviating. And before I forget, I need to slaughter the English language a little bit more, so here we go. Quets, quets, quets. There we go. Screw the double S. Oh hey, I'm actually talking into my condenser mic. Hopefully I'm a little bit clearer than before. Okay, so I'm about to experience my first rift, excluding the finale one. And it's a death rift, and it's actually in the same spot that it's going to be at launch unless they dramatically change your system. It's a static spawn point, it's on a timer, and it's going to keep popping up. And in this video with this character, I think I only go to it twice. You know, we killed the 2 waves of mobs, we kill the sub boss, and we kill the boss. Not very exciting, to be honest with you. We get our little instant gratification token and loot at the end of it, maybe some green loot, and that's it. The mobs aren't that unique, and while they visually look very, very impressive, and you're going to look at different rifts as you level up and see them kind of engage with the terrain, all they're really going to be doing is attacking NPCs and attacking players. You know, you kill the 3 to 5 different phases, and that's it. There is Alsbeth. She appears stating, "Hey, Regulus is going to kick your butt again," and has a very deep voice. Not really, I wish she had a voiceover, but it's that whole storytelling element that just isn't there. The lore developers have definitely done a lot of writing. I know they have. The quest texts are actually pretty well written, but there's no visual elements. Again, she appears for a second, and you can discuss and debate saying, well, that's visual, there she is. It's not very engaging, it's not enticing, it's not awesome sauce, it's not elite. You know, it's not what it should be. It's a MMO that's being released in the year 2011. This is 7 years after the release, and here we go, I'm going to say it, so prepare yourself. World of Warcraft. Holy crap, hopefully none of you, killed yourself after I said that. But 7 years after that game, it's the same type of storytelling elements. There's some scripting where an NPC spawns, says something, and disappears. Make it engaging. I want voiceovers. I want other characters to appear. I want there to be dialogue. I want to feel like I'm an actual hero in the game, not just someone who's standing there idly. So I'm going to get off my high horse for a moment and say that Trion is in fact releasing a AAA MMO, which really hasn't been done in the last few years. All the MMOs that have been released since, take a deep breath, World of Warcraft, haven't been that great. They introduced some really neat mechanics, concepts, and other ideas to the MMO genre, but they definitely aren't hitting the mark. That's more than obvious with their subscription bases plummeting, companies announcing bankruptcy, being bought up, whatever the case may be. So Trion is doing a fantastic job, but as they know, and as I've said on my Twitter, which I'm sure you all will follow shortly if you don't already, a AAA MMO requires AAA critiques. And that's why I'm kind of tearing apart the Noobie area. The reason why I'm going to be looking into the class system and combat system in my next video. That's really where my passion lies, is with those two things. So again, thank you for watching the video. Leave some constructive responses, unlike my previous video where people just really didn't get what I was aiming at. I think I aimed a little bit more accurately with this one, so post some comments, subscribe to this, follow me on Twitter, blah blah blah. Anyways, anything would be appreciated. You have a good one. Bye bye.